Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Jack and welcome back. And yes, surprise, surprise, another video for today, and a beefier one at that. I'm sitting at home and I got nothing to do today. I got nothing going on. It's just one of those rare days. My schedule's still kind of in flux or whatnot, and things are still kind of being figured out. A lot of back and forth going on, so I had pretty much nothing going on. Tomorrow's a really big day, so wish me luck on that. It's a really big day, actually. I had nothing else to do, so I'm like, hey, should I make a video? I was talking about it on Twitter. I was like, should I make another video? I'm sitting here bored as hell. And before I know it, everybody that did respond to that was like, yes, absolutely. So here I am. So today, I wanted to talk about the 10 features that were in previous Call of Duties. Features, some of them are a little bit more or less not features, but for the most part, most of them are features. But again, with the communication that goes on between developers and us, the players, it's one of those things that's kind of, how do I put this? There's a lot of miscommunication going on because with some of the developers, they just don't know what they should bring back and what they shouldn't bring back. And like I mentioned in a previous video, some of the Call of Duty games that were ultimately not received very well by the community, not including this game, but in terms of the past Call of Duties that were not received well by the community, doesn't necessarily mean that they were all bad. There were some features in there that were really good. So without further ado, I made a little list. It's 10 features that should be brought back in Call of Duty, and quite frankly, we've been asking for it for a long time. And again, I decided to exclude this game because, well, they're not giving us shit. In other words, we still haven't gotten our No Specialist playlist. We still haven't gotten our leaderboards. We still haven't gotten our combat records. Ah, man. But anyway, let's get straight into it before I run out of time here on this video. But anyway, the first one on my list is streaks from previous Call of Duties need to make a return. Like certain streaks. Like for instance, in Black Ops 2, they had a lot of really good streaks. And the thing is, look at it this way. Modern Warfare 3 had the Reaper, right? And then Black Ops 2 brought the Lodestar, which was basically a Reaper on steroids. So I don't see anything wrong with them bringing back old streaks. Because, like, for instance, look at even Ghosts. The Griffin in Ghosts was pretty good. It wasn't the best, but it was pretty good. Some people like it more than others. Some people say it's epic. But if they just made a couple little tweaks, like giving it a buff in a way that Black Ops 2 did with the Lodestar. Because, like I said, the Lodestar was like a Reaper from Modern Warfare 3, but just a lot faster. You could shoot rockets a lot faster, which made it a hell of a lot better. So, if they applied that mentality to previous streaks that they already brought back, then I say, hell, bring them back. And even some people in the comment section were telling me, for instance, in this Call of Duty the streaks were so good, but this stopped them, or in this Call of Duty the streaks were so great, why can't they just do that again? And you know, so that's one of the first things that came to mind. Moving on to the next one, Cranked from Ghosts. Cranked was basically team deathmatch sped up. So I would have to say that Cranked was really good, and we really haven't seen it all that much since. Actually, we saw it briefly in Infinite Warfare, but it just wasn't the same. It didn't make all that much of a difference because you can move fast anyway because of the advanced movement. And on top of that, you also had one of the one of the specialists, or the rigs is what they were called in that game, that basically kind of, as soon as you got a kill, you sped up. So it was like Cranked in a sense. So it was almost pointless to bring back Cranked in Infinite Warfare because of that. But they're trying to appease the community. But in all actuality, though, if you have a boots on the ground game, I'd say Cranked is freaking amazing. The only thing they need to do, other than just bring that game back, is to increase the score limit, because Cranked matches ended really, really quick. So that in and of itself was kind of not so satisfactory. But yeah, if they do that, I certainly wouldn't mind. I mean, Team Deathmatch is the most played playlist anyway, so what's wrong with Cranked? So anyway, let's keep on moving here down this list. Specialist Strike Package from Modern Warfare 3 and or Ghosts needs to make a return. This is something that fans have been asking for a very long time, and I really don't see any reason why they can't bring it back. And there's going to be a couple of other things here on this list as well that are that kind of go hand in hand with a couple of other things on this list as well. So I personally think there's no reason why they can't bring it back. So I say bring on Specialist Strike Package. And if the next game is indeed going to be Modern Warfare 4, then by all means, Specialist belongs in there because it was first introduced in Modern Warfare 3. It made a return in Ghost, even though it was nerfed, but it was still good. And I don't see why you can't bring it back in Modern Warfare 4. And as a matter of fact, you could even make it better in some sort of way. So those are my thoughts on that. So let me know down in the comment section what you think about that. As a matter of fact, let me know down in the comment section what you think about everything, just in case I forget to tell you later. But anyway, let's move on down the list some more. Some of you guys are going to be really well divided, and some of you are going to absolutely want to either unsub or rip my head off when I say this. But hey, the first thing I'm going to say to you is that it has a counter, and that is the C4 from Black Ops 2. C4 Black Ops 2 style was absolutely terrific. It's a really good anti-camping tool, and at the same time, if you are a camper, you can use it if done correctly. So, I mean, if you think about it, in previous iterations of COD, there's always been some version of a C4. They just have different names for it. So, basically, but the C4 from Black Ops 2 was a lot more versatile. You could use it regardless of whichever playstyle you have, and like I said, there's a counter. Unlike the snipers in Black Ops 4 or in Black Ops 2, there's a counter to this, and that's the flak jacket perk. So C4, I think, would be really great, especially that version of it. Otherwise, if you nerf it, it sucks. I mean, in what's it called? In Black Ops 3, it was pretty good too. But again, especially since there was advanced movement in that game, I personally think that if they would have brought back the exact same kind of C4 from Black Ops 2 into Black Ops 3, I think it would have been even better, but it wouldn't have been as crazy as it was in Black Ops 2. But again, like I said, there's a counter. But anyway, and please don't rip my head off. Anyway, let's move on to my number 5. Customize score streaks like AW. I've mentioned this previously in one of my videos, and the thing is, if Call of Duty built part of its reputation from having a customizable loadout, then obviously what's wrong with customizing your score streaks? One of the main things that makes Call of Duty what it is, and fans are passionate about it, and those are score streaks. What if we can modify them? What if they did that in Advanced Warfare, and the only thing is, with Advanced Warfare, the score streaks were underwhelming, so to speak. So imagine if you could take a score streak that by default it's pretty good, but all of a sudden you could buff it yourself by customizing it the way you want it, similar to a way that you can do with a weapon, and it would cost you points in a similar fashion that it would cost in Pick 10, but in a different way, obviously. It would cost you more points. So if you wanted a beefed up, let's say they brought back the Lodestar, right? But all of a sudden you wanted that thing to be on steroids, crack, and cocaine at the same time. Holy shit. You could do it. It would cost you a lot more, but you could do it. And hey, at the same time, it would give us something to strive for those really good players. It would give them something to strive for because, again, if you don't have that many score streaks and if they only cost a certain amount, getting that same score streak time and time again could be really could get a little repetitive. Even if that score streak is good, it can get repetitive. So if you give people more tools to work with, all of a sudden the game has a lot more replay value. So, and it is part of COD. It's not like we're ripping it off from anything else. As a matter of fact, Advanced Warfare introduced it. So if you're going to rip off of anything, you might as well rip it off of your own damn game and your own ideas that you created in the first place. Anyway, let's move on. Pro perk system with Pick 10 hybrid or both. So I don't see why there's any reason why you can't have both Pick 10 and or the pro perk system. And they could bring it back in a way. It's like, okay, you can have Pick 10 for those of you the guys that like Pick 10. And if you want the pro perk system, you can have that. But at the same time, you can only use the pro perk system. You can only use the specialist strike package if you're equipping the pro perk system, or the Pick 10 or whatever. They could always make it that way in order to keep it balanced. Or you can have it with both and just let the chips fall where they may. Why not? People have been asking for the pro perk system for a long time, and they really like that. So why not? Find a way. Be creative and find a way to make it work so you can have both. Have your cake and eat it too. Might as well. All right, moving on to the next one. Removing score streaks for extra points for Pick 10 or loadouts or whatnot. Pick 13 in Advanced Warfare was pretty clever, although it didn't work as well as we wanted it to because the perks themselves, there were only 5 or 6 viable perks out of all the perks that they did have. But if all of a sudden, if all the perks were good, then all of a sudden you have so many options. And on top of that, let's say you don't want to use score streaks, or there's a score streak that you don't or a slot that you don't need and you're kind of forcing yourself to get it because you have no choice, so you might as well. It's like, hey, that one extra point for Pick 10 could make the biggest difference. Seriously. Or if you could use that one extra point for an attachment, a reticle, or maybe a perk or anything like that. I mean, seriously. And again, going back to how they can make Pick 10 and the pro perk system is like, okay, if you want the pro perk system, it could cost, they can make like a hybrid to where it would cost you 2 points if you get the regular perk and the pro version, or you could just use the regular version without the pro version, because that's, you just like that one and you don't care for the pro perk version. It only costs you 1 point. That's just an idea that I literally just came up with in the top of my head while doing this commentary. So let me know what you guys think of that. Party playlists, all of them, all the party playlists that we originally had in Black Ops 1, I think need to make a return. A lot of fans have been asking for them. We're talking about Sticks and Stones, Gun in the Gun Game, One in the Chamber, and there's one more, and I can't think of it right now. I can't remember it. I'm sorry. But anyway, let's move on. TDM and kill confirmed 100 score limit. Thank you very much. I don't think I need to say anything else. Stop cock teasing us and taking that away and bringing it back and taking back away. Make it permanent. Kill confirmed 100. TDM 100. Make it happen. There was nothing wrong with it in the first place. And the last one, proper scoring for objective based modes. It's simple as that. If you're going to play domination, or if you're going to play kill confirmed, or if you're going to play hardpoint, or whatever objective based gameplay that you want to play, because that's what you like, for playing the objective, you need to get rewarded properly. Not the same as in playing team deathmatch. I mean, seriously, or else what's the point? So let's make it happen. And those are my 10. These are absolutely essential. Some of you guys may agree, some of you may disagree, some of you guys might hate me, especially for that C4 one. But that's what I have in my mind. So let me know down in the comment section what you guys think. I love it when you guys are involved in my comments and you guys give me feedback all the time. I absolutely love it. It's one of my highlights. When I see comments pop up, I absolutely love it. I may not respond to all of them, but I can promise you that I do read every single one of them. But anyway, guys, that's all I got for this one. Let me know down in the comment section what you think. And if you guys enjoyed this video, let me know. And if you didn't, let me know what I can do to make my videos better. Thank you very much for all the love and support. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.